have Joni Taylor, Coach Joni Taylor, with Mackenzie Engram, student athlete Mackenzie Engram and Clarke. We will follow the format first by asking Coach Taylor to offer some general comments on the game and the weekend, and then taking questions from the student athletes. And after those, we will excuse the student athletes to the locker room and then take questions from Coach Taylor. So we'll get it started by getting some comments from Coach Taylor.
And so obviously the excitement of the tournament is here. We are really proud to not only be back in the NCAA Tournament, but hosting it home. It's something that we've talked about for a long time, and so to honor our seniors and our former players and everyone to be able to just have this back in Athens, we're extremely proud. And with that understanding, we have a tough challenge in Mercer. Obviously, it's a team that we play every single year in our non-conference, and we have a lot of respect for Susie and what she's done and what they are continuing to do. So we've had great practices leading up so tomorrow, and we know we're going to have our hands full.
All right, questions for the student athletes? John?
My dad's here. I'm going to the mic.
Go ahead, Mr. Bass.
Mackenzie, from what you're in Mackenzie Arena. Chattanooga, I don't know where that came from.
You're in
Stegeman, how much different does it feel? You know, it's a different background behind you, sort of different ways here. Does it feel different, or does it feel kind of like another game here at home?
Yeah, it does feel different because we had to go through team check-in. We can't just drive up here ourselves and walk in how we usually do. And then to see everything as NCAA instead of Georgia, it's definitely a different feel, but we still understand that we are at home, which is very comforting for the game tomorrow, and we're really excited for it.
Yeah, like she said, it does feel different just because the setup is different, but we're really looking forward to tomorrow when our fans come in. I feel like that'll be the home feeling, is that they'll bring the home when they come and we see them. So.
Brad?
Question for both Mackenzie and Haley. How does the experience of being in the tournament 2 years ago, how does that help you guys now, with it being a different element when you're being at home rather than on the road?
Well, I actually didn't get to play my sophomore year, so just kind of having that in the back of my mind, knowing like I get to play this time and we're at home, it's a lot of motivation to go out and give it everything that I have, you know, and hopefully leave here going to the Sweet 16. But I'm just really excited, and I just kind of use, you know, the fact that I didn't play my sophomore year as just motivation to go out and cherish every moment.
I think for returners such as me and Clarke, it kind of takes away that nervous feeling since we've been there before. Obviously, we didn't host, but we've been in the tournament before, so it's not our first time. So it kind of takes away those nervous feelings because you've been there before and you've felt it before. So.
Speaking of Clarke, could you all describe what all she does so well? Because she seems to fill up the stat sheet as well as just about anyone, you know, in the conference maybe. What makes her capable of doing all those things so very well?
I think she's just an athlete, you know, and we're very lucky to have her on our team. And she does everything so well. But she works on it. She's a hard worker, and she gets after it in the gym. And so we're just really proud to have her, and really proud of what she's been able to do this season. And you know, it makes our job a little easier having her on our team.
Yeah, I would say her mentality. She has a competitor's mentality. She's very competitive, and to have that along with her body type. She has long arms, long height, and super athleticism. So I think those two things together make her a super athlete and a really good teammate and player.
Brandon again.
To follow up on that for Mackenzie specifically, when she may not be scoring like she normally does, like in the Missouri game, for example, with 8 points, but having those 6 blocks, being able to impact the game in different ways, how do you encourage her when one thing may not be going right, but something else is?
Just, you know, be that positive voice in her head. I think she's done a great job this year of not letting the fact that she's not scoring affect her game. Like you said, she's doing things on the defensive end or getting offensive rebounds for us. And so it's not so much me encouraging her. I think she's matured a lot in that area, but I still just try to be that positive voice for her and let her know that we need her in other areas of the game if it's not her night in scoring.
Looking back on the first Mercer game, when we talked to you on, because on Monday, obviously the Mercer game wasn't fresh on your mind, but I assume you all studied a bit. What stands out about them about that first game that maybe you need to do better than you did last time?
Mercer coming in here, obviously with a very good coach, and guard play. I think their guard play is really what stands out the most, so we kind of have to lock in and be able to defend their guards as well as we did the first time.
Yeah, and I think just knowing that they're coming in here, you know, for blood, and we beat them on their home court, so they want to come in and try to beat us on ours, and just, you know, knowing our game plan that our coaches have came up with and sticking to that and executing, and like Haley said, trying to contain their guards. I think that's where they're more dominant, but they also have great post players, great physical post players inside, so it's going to be a tough one for sure.
Brandon over.
For Haley, I mean, you speak about Mercer's guards, how good they are. You're the one that's normally on that best guard. I mean, what challenges are there with Kalia Lawrence? I mean, last game she had 29 points. I mean, just how does it excite you to have that challenge, and just what makes those guards difficult?
Having a challenge on the defensive end is always something exciting and something that I take pride in because I know it's something that I can do for my team and be that person for our team. And it's super exciting because she's a really good guard. She has a very quick pull-up, very quick jump shot. So I've accepted the challenge. I'm looking forward to it.
Any more questions for the student athletes? Okay, we'll excuse you to the locker room, and I may add that the locker room will be open for the duration of this press conference period.
Good job, ladies.
Thank you, ladies.
Yeah, just a reminder that you do need the microphone. We're recording it live, so you do need the microphone. Thank you.
Okay, questions for Coach Taylor? John?
Right, go ahead.
Okay. Coach, for you personally, I mean, how have you grown as a coach from that game against Indiana 2 years ago to now?
Every day, I think you're constantly growing. What they say, when you stop learning, you stop growing. So I think just trusting the game plan that we have in place, trusting your bench. If I think back to that game in Indiana, and you rely heavily on your starters, obviously, but, you know, there were some players on our bench in the Indiana game that I could have probably given more of an opportunity and given some relief to our starters, and I think that's something that I tried to do last year and even this year, you know, using our bench, and that's why we've been so successful. So that's the biggest thing that sticks out, is just going with who's hot at that moment and not just always relying on those starters.
Joni, I mean, when you took over as coach, did you have a plan, do you have a timeline? I mean, does hosting NCAA games, I mean, is this part of that? And are you sort of where you thought you'd be at this point in time?
Yes, yes, and yes. We definitely had a plan, and, you know, the good thing that we tell our young ladies from the recruiting process to now is we are not asking you to do anything that has not been done at the University of Georgia. We've been to the NCAA Tournament, we've been to Sweet 16s, Elite Eights, Final Fours. You walk down the hallway and you see trophies and statues and pictures of people who have given you the blueprint for how this is done. So yes, we had a plan as a staff, and that started in the recruiting process. And then it started with our current players that we knew would still be here last year, this year, and that could help us get that done. And we are exactly where we wanted to be and said we would like to be.
As a former player, can you put yourself in Susie's shoes and think what it would be like to take a school to their first NCAA tournament at her alma mater?
Absolutely. You know, number one, I have a lot of respect for Susie. I have for a very long time. I think she does a tremendous job, and just the emotions that she has. She's proud. She's excited for the opportunity, and she's going to have her players ready. So for her to be able to not only get into the tournament, but to do that here on what she probably considers her home floor, I think it's a tribute to what she's done and what she continues to do with the program.
Coach, you've spoken highly of your freshman year. Have you kind of noticed any extra nerves, any extra jitters as they come into this time of surviving advancement on a home good stage?
They're too naive to be nervous. They have no idea what they're walking into, which has made them great all year long, which continues to make them great. I think the other thing is that you have Steady Eddie and Haley Clarke, Mackenzie Engram, even Kalia Robinson and Simone Costa, and our freshmen have done a tremendous job all year long of following the lead of our upperclassmen and our more experienced players, and when they're steady, then our freshmen are steady. But no, they have not shown any nerves at all.
Question in the back?
Yeah, do I need the mic? Thank you very much.
Hey there, Coach. Cam Gaskins with WGXA. I just wanted to ask about maybe the differences between this Mercer team earlier in the year when you guys beat them on the road versus after a 27-game win streak and becoming conference champions. What are you seeing that's different out of this team towards the end of the year?
Well, they're the same great team that they were in November. We were lucky to win, at their place on the road. I think it's the experience they have. They're confident. Not that they weren't confident in November. She's always had them playing very confidently and at a high level. But you don't win 27 games in a row if you don't execute, you're not locked in, you're not focused, and everyone's on the same game plan. So when you look at the seniors and juniors she's had, they've been in this moment many times. I mean, Mercer has won the regular season conference the last 2 or 3 years. They just didn't win their conference championship, which would allow them to go to the tournament. So you're looking at a team that just executes well. They know each other. They know where each individual is going to be and who needs to get the ball and win.
Coach, kind of ask you the same thing I asked Mackenzie. For this recent stretch, you spoke to me about how you challenged Kalaya throughout the year. How have you challenged her in the recent weeks?
I think, what else can you give? You do a great job, you do a lot of really good things, but there's more for you to give. And how are we going to do that? Let's talk about what that looks like. When obviously the game plan is to stop you every single night. The game plan is to get you in foul trouble so that you're on the bench. The game plan is to not allow you to catch the basketball. What can you do to not allow that to happen? So let's watch some film, which we've done all year long. And fortunately, we not only Kalaya, but we have a group of young ladies who want to get better. They want to learn and grow. And so she takes that message and she goes out and tries to apply it.
Further questions? All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.